Everyone knows my name. Doctor Strange, who, Spider-Ham, maybe, and Black Widow. On a secret mission to stop the villain. Dance of Death is the main event. Unless I'm Rocket Raccoon, no time to be rude. Oh wait, I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is do or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is do or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. They say it's a little bit slow, but I'm all about control. I'm not stunned and confused, cause there's no way I would lose. I flip up and down, villains stand you round till I'm ready or not. This combo ready to drop 20, 30 damages and cannon hawk smash. I'm a bash, put him in the trash and call it a match. Let's step up in the portal or get up in game. Dead Winnie the Nelson, so keep it locked and watching. I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is do or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is do or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. They call me Desperate Gaming, he's an animal. Watch him play, expert 2, standard 2. Clowning you, villains with every aspect I choose. And showing just that they lose when they step in the game. Everyone knows my name. Doctor Strange, who, Spider-Ham, maybe, and Black Widow. On a secret mission to stop the villain. Dance of Death is the main event. Unless I'm Rocket Raccoon, no time to be rude. Oh wait, I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is do or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. I'm a superhero, always willing to go to blow with crimes to save so many lives. A stud is do or die. Marvel champions, you a champion. I'm champion, we are champions. They say it's a little bit slow, but I'm all about control. I'm not stunned and confused, cause there's no way I would lose. I flip up and down, villains stand you round till I'm ready or not. This combo ready to drop 20, 30 damages and cannon hawk smash. I'm a bash, put him in the trash and call it a match. Let's step up in the portal or get up in game. Dead Winnie the Nelson, so keep it locked and watching. I'm a super. They call me Desperate Gaming, he's an animal. Watch him play, expert 2, standard 2. Clowning you, villains with every aspect I choose. And showing.
Right, hi everybody, welcome to Descry Gaming. I'm Descry. Good to have you. Black Dog, I see you. We're going to be going into Sinister Standard 2 Expert with the Reavers modular. Yeah, before I tackle Strife with a different hero group, I want to do kind of a playthrough with Gambit and Psylocke. And I feel like it should be challenging because Mr. Sinister has hate towards statuses. So Psylocke wants to confuse, so it's going to be a little bit harder for Psylocke to do her thing. But I like Mr. Sinister is my favorite villain out of the whole expansion, then Juggernaut, then Strife, and then the other two. But I just like Mr. Sinister because he's very RNG a little bit, like whether he gets flight, whether he gets the strength, whether he gets telepathic superpower. It really changes his your game plan maybe. Hello Team Art, what's up? So he's got with those different superpower attachments, they kind of change the meta a little bit. You know, he gains Retaliate, he gains Steady, he gains Overkill. So you really have to think on your feet. And then if he gets a second attachment, he then gets way more powerful. So the trick is try to keep him with one attachment, although some of his cards do more scarier stuff if he has just one attachment. So yeah, I do like, I think Mr. Sinister is a masterpiece. It's like my favorite villain in the next evolution. Juggernaut is pretty awesome too. If you spice him up with like Jekyll and Hyde or Armadillo, you can have a blast against Juggernaut. Any tricks with Cyclops with the new cards? With Cyclops, I haven't really looked into all the cards, but I like Cyclops a lot. We're actually doing Gambit and Psylocke. Two very combo type heroes. Now I'm not going to do a deep dive deck tech because I'm kind of running late on my time here. So I've got my cards kind of shuffled up and I can kind of, get this game going. But I'll just briefly summarize the type of archetype decks that I'm running. So with Psylocke, I'm doing aggression with the warrior, skilled warrior, with the resource that boosts her attack events by 1. And I'm running 3 of the confused attack ones, the new psionic card that came with her kit, her hero pack. Or no, did it come with? Oh yeah, it was in the cards outside of her precon basically. So she's gonna be doing a lot of confusing basically with drop kicks and stun. So a lot of status control with her. We are running Professor X with the what's it called? Cerebro, I think. Yeah. Speaking of that, I should do one more thing, and I forgot here. When we go to the table, I'll fix it. But Gambit, and that's basically the nuts and bolts of the aggression Psylocke. Now Gambit is Justice, and this one's more he puts out really strong Thor allies, X-Men Tribe with mission trainings with 1 Beat Cop, and Utopia, so we can do Ready Gambit and Alter, so we could use this ability twice even. Honorary X-Men for also Psylocke. We're running a lot of the supports. We're running Forge, so it's a very kind of builder slash allies to go do my bidding. So I can kind of chill and alter quite a bit, and that's pretty much it. I am running 2 butterflies, and so if we get the combo sort of set up. Oh, I am running the new side scheme that does like 10 like sneak attack or something, player side scheme with a follow. So I'm trying to do that combo, and because he does get pretty powerful. Sinister, when you flip him, he gets very strong, and his status hate is even worse on the flip. So we kind of want to OTK him, get him down to low health, and go for the 1-turn kill, which are great. These are combo characters to do it. Oh yeah, with Psylocke, we are running a Yonborn and the Psy-Mitter weapon. Because initially I thought her side knives were restricted, and then I was watching Brant from the portal, and he had a 3rd weapon out, and I'm like, did he not read the card? Then I read the card, and I'm like, they're not even restricted, so you can have 2 other weapons, which makes her training upgrade, where you do a response to it, readies all your weapons. So I didn't even realize that. So yeah, honestly, I think you want to run 4 weapons with Psylocke, because you get a lot of money out of that card that can ready your stuff. Anyways, let's jump to the table. We'll get this game going.
Repulsor, bless you. Seriously, this is what you wrote me.
And I just want to check something. Is it called Cerebro? Looking at my cards here. Oh wait, that's Gambit's deck. I'm not running wait, no, Gambit's Justice. What am I talking about? Confused with my own deck. Oh yeah, we're running. Okay, so I did mention that we're playing against the Reavers. So we are. Oh yeah, this is Cerebro. We are running Magic, which Magic is a phenomenal ally against the Reavers. T-Mart says her katanas are restricted, so when you flip them, it drops a restricted card. Seriously? Oh no, you're right. Okay, so then I can't do what I wanted to do. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. I didn't think. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so I was thinking. So what I could do, I could run that item, the item card that's a 0 cost, or is it a 0 cost? That gives me an extra restricted weapon slot, and then we can side holster. Yeah, side holster. Um, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So I'm gonna change a Jaborn out. So we're gonna with the. But I'm running 2 mean swings, which I think, because the mean swings were meant for Jaborn, but since that's not gonna really work, I'll probably get Skilled Strike instead. So I'll be right back, guys. I just have to. I'm gonna swipe these cards out for the item card. Okay, Descry's back. So yeah, I've kind of swapped the skill strikes with a side holster. That way, I mean, yeah, we can play our side mitter and take advantage of it. Okay, so that's corrected. I wanted to do something just real quick here. I have a cool. Let me see if I can find it. Plan attack. So one of the things about my streams, I also tried to make them interactive, but I have a video for Cerebro. I'm just trying to find it. Look, I have a sidearm video, but I never play it.
Okay, how much for the arm?
There's the clip for Rocket Raccoon. Where is it? Oh, this is my favorite video for Swift Retribution, but I never play this one. That's the Swift Retribution video. Oh, the Venom one. Less than Murray. Yeah, this is the Venom one if you do Venom's responsibility. So if you're wondering where do I come about all these videos, basically I just go to YouTube, I find something interesting, I clip it with my shadow play recorder, and then I just edit it and then put it into OBS basically. Which it sounds like it takes a long time, but like if I'm kind of on top of it and I do my search pretty quickly, I usually find the clip that I try to come close to like what the card is like doing. Like making an entrance. You have that video, which I think that's a pretty good, you know, he's kind of making an entrance there. Shield toss, you have Captain America tossing a shield. But I'm trying to find, let's see. I have to concentrate here because, yeah, I mean, the thing is, I wanted to try to grow my channel, and I thought to myself, why not do something that nobody's sort of done, and it's got to be here somewhere. It's in my video clips. So that's where I got the idea. I don't think it had, like, I don't think it's really grown my channel that much from the videos, but like it has kind of like uniquely put me out there as, oh, when you watch Descry play, you're gonna get some video clips and stuff. So, and I think, oh, there it is. Okay, I was trying to find this video. That is Cerebro. Yeah. So basically, what I do is, so if I want that to play, I have to add it to my voice macro. So for instance, I got to type in on one of my commands here. If you're wondering how I do this all, this is a quick, so I would type in the card that is called Cerebro. So I type this in the voice macro. It's command, it's Alt 8 basically. So when I say that word, it's going to do an Alt 8 command key. So then I basically go to OBS and I go to the hotkeys. And then, so I have in OBS the video clip Cerebro, and I just have to hotkey it to, what did I say it was hotkey to? Let me see. Alt 8. Okay, yeah, so I just have to hotkey it to Alt 8. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I know a lot of people, like, they're like, or some content creators are like, oh yeah, they're cool. How do you do it? And like, honestly, it's not hard doing it. It is time consuming because you have to run it through. You get the video clip, then you have to go through your editing program, and then export it, then put it into OBS, and then have a macro for it. So yeah, it's not. So, okay, so I completed it. So watch this. I just go Cerebro, and then it plays the video. So, yeah, I'm going to close my window because it's raining. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I'll say is that I think I've tried pretty much everything to grow my channel. I mean, I don't think there is nothing that I haven't tried. I've tried pretty much almost every conceivable thing. I mean, yeah, I can't think of anything that I haven't really. Oh, I even tried at one point. I tried to do like a Rocket Raccoon avatar that like I downloaded a program where um, it looks at my face or with my webcam, but it puts the avatar in it. So if I talk, the raccoon like moves and whatever. So I even tried that, but that was too gimmicky. That was like I was trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna be Rocket Raccoon. Um, that was an interesting stream. I think I tried it for one stream. So yeah, we got to shuffle here. Oh, so yeah, another thing is like for like the allies we play, for most allies, I try to put like an audio of them. So if I find like a cool kind of like audio clip somewhere on the internet, then so then when I play that card, you'll hear like a sound bite. But yeah, basically I just want to make it, you know, a little bit more thematic when I'm playing these cards. Almost like a video game, but not really. All right, we're just shuffling. Then we gotta do the setup. But you know, I would say this, when you get into content creation, like for card games, board games, or whatever, like live stuff, uh, you it's almost like an addiction because like let me try to explain it. So you start off maybe with one camera, and then it's like you have a crappy light or whatever, and then you're like, okay, I see the other channels, they have much nicer mics and cameras and whatever. So then you like go out and you buy a better camera, then you buy a better light, then you buy a better microphone, then you buy another light, and then you buy another camera. So like, I mean, the crazy part is like, I think if I would have knew how much money I was spending to try to bring to you guys a nice like stream, if I could go back in time, I don't know necessarily if I would have gone through with all this, because at the end of the day, it was a lot of money to get all this stuff. But partly it's partly me. I don't blame the, you know, the community or whatever. It's just when you're trying to make these streams and whatnot, you're always trying to better it, make it better in a way. So it went from that to like, if you go back to my old content, my thumbnails were very like kind of bad. They weren't that great. I mean, they're still not super great, but they're a little bit better now. Like I've been, and a lot of that was I didn't have the right program I was using, and then I didn't know how to do certain things. So then I learned some of the secrets from the other content creators, and so now I've gotten a little bit better. But it's very like artistic. Like you got to have a good sense of. And the secret is like, yeah, you get different images online, and then you try to, put them into your picture and do cool text and stuff. The best content creators I think that do that would be Nelson and D20. Those guys are the very best at thumbnail art. They have just a very good sense of like what's attractive, what grabs people's attention. If you look at their thumbnail art, man, it's crazy good. And then I think Brant does a pretty good job. Like I don't know, his always kind of attract me to click on them. Yeah, I am gonna try to do these schedules a little bit more. So I know everyone's sort of has plans and are working. It's nice when say someone like myself that you really want to see a game live. I give you guys ahead of time. I'll try my best to put more games scheduled for you guys, and also be active in the community polls that I put out, because I can kind of tie that into my plays, or I could bring it up in my streams. Basically, if you guys respond to those. So far, the Psylocke poll is still going, but it seems like most people have her at an average type hero, and a lot of people not sure yet. So there was like excellent, terrible, average, and I don't know. So I don't know an average or sort of the highest points on it. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do the setup here. All right, Sinister Intent. So instead of the Nasty Boys, we are running, what are they called again? Oh my gosh, it popped out of my mind. The Reavers. So that is the only thing that changed. We are on standard 2 without the formidable foe environment, although it probably doesn't make a difference because he's probably going to get the steady anyways. And it's on standard 2 expert. Setup. Set aside the flight, super strength, telepathy, and counter sets. Those are put aside by me. Put Hope Summers into play under the first player control. Psylocke will be player 1, so Hope Summers is with Psylocke. And then we're going to flip this over. Sinister Intent. The secret laboratory hidden deep below the abandoned orphanage is filled with vats containing innocent mutants, subjects of Sinister's experiments. And I just want to say one thing, because I know we talked a little bit about content creation and all that. No, I honestly, like, here's the crazy part, and you guys will probably laugh at this. I have a very strong gaming PC computer. I have, I think I have a 480 or do I have a 490? Like I have it's like $1,000 graphics card. So I could play whatever game I want and have really good performance and whatever. I have a huge screen TV in my room with surround sound, Atmos okay, I'm not trying to brag. All I'm saying is I'm a kind of fanatic when it comes to gaming. So I have an Xbox Series X. I have a Nintendo Switch. I have lots of games. My son likes to come in here and play, but I don't hardly ever play even my games. I'm playing a freaking card game, and I have very expensive, nice stuff. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe because I'm getting older. Like I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Like I'm not. So maybe I'm maturing, and I'm not. I do like jumping on and playing certain games. But like it's funny how you would think I'd be more into my toys, those expensive things I mentioned, but no, I'm playing Marvel Champions. Okay. And one last thing I would say before we start, because the sweatbands are gonna commence here, and hopefully I don't make any rule mistakes. Clue's very good. He's a regular that comes on here and he points everything out for me, so I just have to pay attention to the chat. But I would say that back to content creation, that I'm pretty happy. I think I made it over the hardest hurdle with the content creation for Marvel Champions, because when you're really small, when you're like 100 or below 100, 200 even, you can even be doing like great content, but the algorithm and the when people search for Marvel Champions on YouTube, they're not going to find those channels. The only way they find those channels if one of your videos goes like nuclear, your tier list video goes into 1,000, then yeah, they might find it. But so I think for the longest time with me, I was just invisible. And then only like recently, like the last few months, that I've noticed a big influx of new people. And I think mainly because it was my response videos I was doing, which actually tailored in a lot of likes and views. So I think that started to put me in the algorithm. And then we're growing nicely. Like every week we're getting 5-6 subscribers. and sometimes I'm not even doing that much content. So that's really good. And I think that's the point. What I'm trying to say is, I believe from here on, if I continue with this and listen to you guys and try to improve, I can only go up. I feel like I'm now starting to show an algorithm with YouTube, but not like Nelson and D20 and Josh from Get Up in Game. But I sometimes I'll have one or two videos that kind of creep up there, and then I get a splurge of new people kind of joining the channel. So that's encouraging. But yeah, I mean, when you're small and you're trying to get into the Marvel Champion content, it's a rough grind, man, because you just gotta hope that you have like one of your video that goes supernova, and then you start getting noticed more. But because there's I don't know, there's some very tiny small channels, like I've seen some new ones, and you would go, if you go to their channel, you would think, man, they should be like an 800 1,000 subscriber channel, and they're only at 100 or 200, you know. So I think it has to do with what I was talking about. And then I always say, I say to like a few of those small channels, I was in your place a couple of years ago, but you just got to stick with it. But it's cool to see though. Like for me, the weird part is like trying to grow this channel as a Marvel Champions channel is like a game within itself, because it's like, how do I? Because my main goal is to get to 1,000, and we're already halfway there. But so this is this other kind of challenging thing, and but I feel like probably in 2024 is when we'll hit the 1,000. I think, hopefully, but we'll see. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. So, when revealed, remove one random stage 2 from the game, then advance to random stage 2A. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to roll a dice. These are the 3 random ones. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what they are. And we roll, and it's a 4. So the middle one is going away. And I don't know what it is. You're not supposed to look at it. And then we advance to a random stage 2A. All right, so then we're advancing to a random here. So I got to roll again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 3, and we get this one. All right. All right, so what are we getting, guys? Let's see. So Sinister experiment. Mr. Sinister sets about incorporating another mutant's DNA into his own genome, and we're getting telepathy. So I believe that gives him retaliate and increases his scheme by +1. So that's kind of nasty, but at least he didn't get the steady one. The steady one's pretty bad. So focusing in. When revealed, attach telepathy attachment to Mr. Sinister and shuffle the rest of the telepathy encounter set into the counter deck. Advance to the other stage 2A. When completed, advance to the other stage 2A. So that's like the other superpower. If you cannot, advance to stage 3. I really like how this is structured. I mean, I've kind of been gushing over Tony's. I'm surprised not many people like Sinister. I don't think. In fact, I think Nelson rated Sinister pretty low on the ones he liked. But I think it's a great scenario. But I have weird tastes. I like Ronin. I like Nebula even. I don't know. I find Nebula kind of crazy, which it fits my personality. So yeah, he's getting this telepathy. Which is a permanent +1 scheme. Now, attach villain gains the psionic trait and retaliate 1. So we don't have Cable or Domino with their range abilities, so we're gonna be taking some damage this game. Okay, so Now, the nice thing is Gambit and Psylocke's Blade of Flurries and Royal Flush, they are one attack but multiple damages. So, from what I understand based on the rule people, so um, instead of Black Widow where it's bullet, 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 those are actually attack, attack, attack. So, and then so if you were stunned, I guess with Gambit or Psylocke, your Blade of Fury or Royal Flush would be nullified. Like it wouldn't then go another damage because I think those two events are considered one attack but different sources of damage 3 times. If that makes any sense, unless I'm wrong. According to from what I sometimes you have to get like a degree in Marvel Champions rule, but from most of the rule people I've checked, that's sort of what I interpret those attack cards are. And then stuff like and then it gets a little more confusing because you have stuff like melee, which, but I think you have to read the sentence. I don't know. Are you guys a little confused with it? It is a little bit confusing. Okay, and then these get shuffled into the deck. Now his the main scheme goes up by 2 accelerations per person. That's quite it's quite a lot. So it's 10 cap. We'll go up by 4. We got to do the reveal for Dr. Sinister, but I have to shuffle the deck. It's one attack events with versus multiple attack events. Yeah, but what I said, did that make sense the way I described it? Because I believe, because the question is, what's the difference from Dance to Death to like Royal Flush? And from what I understand, is sort of like it's one attack with Royal Flush. It's like one attack, but it's multiple 3 damages from an attack, which I believe you would only take 1 retaliate because of that. Or am I wrong on that? Whereas Dance to Death is literally 3 separate attacks and you would take 3 retaliates. Yeah, check me. Say, if you think I'm wrong on that, let me know. Because that's, from what I've talked with most of the rule people for the game, that's what they told me. But I don't know. The rules sometimes are so weird. Okay, so we got to do the reveal for Mr. Sinister. Here he is. He's a genius. When reveal, place 1 threat on the main scheme per player. 2 threat instead if Mr. Sinister has fewer than 2 superpowers. So he's going up by 4. It's already has 2, so it goes to 6. He also has a response after a status card is placed on Mr. Sinister. Place 2 threat on the main scheme. Now, a tough is a status card, so if he gives himself tough, yep, Royal Flush is 1 attack, but different instances of damage and Dance of Death is, yeah, okay, great. So I'm on the right track. So this is going to 6 now, so 4 away on the main. Okay, starting with Psylocke, we're all shuffled up. All right, let's have a good game, guys. Describe be smart. May the RNG God smile upon you. May shadows of the past not grace the play mat. All right, we draw up Psylocke, 6 cards. That's nice. Got a ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got our +1 defense. We'll want to keep that. Keep my double. We want to just mulligan that. Mulligan that. I don't really want to play my side mitter because I need that item thing. So guess we'll mulligan 3. All right. So let's so we got a team building. I got a lot of doubles. Like a team building this card. Okay, so I can play all my stuff. All right. So that's not a bad draw. I like it. Oh, we got the danger room off the bat. A double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we have a charmer to get it confused down, but she has it confused, so we definitely want to get the van out. Love the shadow of the past audio. Yeah. Hey guys, I literally asked Steve if I could use his voice, and he gave me his blessings, but he didn't get to hear the voice that I chose. So maybe he's thinking, oh, Descry used the worst frustration for Shadows of the Past. Who's your favorite villain in the next evolution box? Oh, I answered that at the start of the stream. It's Mr. Sinister. But yeah, that is my answer. So keep. My staff, a danger room, definitely keep. My staff is nice, but I mean, it allows me to ping off tufts and whatnot. I definitely want to mulligan this. Not a huge. The staff thins my deck out though. But I think the van is very important, and more Matager is important. I'll mulligan 2. So I didn't really get what I wanted, but that's fine. Okay. I was hoping for another ramp card. All right. So we're gonna start here. So we're gonna go to hero. So we're a 3 Thor right now. Hope Summers can Thor for. Oh, I should have put a sidearm for her because of the retaliate, but it's too late. We'll just have to use her for killing minions and thwarting, basically. Thor's for 3. Brings this down to 3. He's got that retaliate, which is pretty nasty. Paid double. So Clue says, very cool. I also think he's one of the more difficult villains in the box. Yeah, totally. That's going to help us do a lot of our traded cards with team building. I will exhaust team building to then play telekinesis, which is a psionic. I have the psionic trait. And this just gives me utility when we need thwart removal, which is nice. And then I will pay a double to do a psionic attack here. So what that's going to do is deal 3 damage and give him a confuse. Puts him 31. Takes a confuse. He does a retaliate. I go down to 9, and he puts 2 on the main from his force response. But he is confused now. I will then thwart for 3 to bring this down to 2. And I will, I guess, use my katana, flip it over to play my martial arts training, which gives me +1 defense. And if I defend, I could have the option of doing a hero response to discard it to ready myself. And that's all I can do. So Gambit will do a double for. You could get 20 different Shadows of the Past soundbites from Steve. My favorite was simple. Ah, shitness. Okay. I mean, Steve has some of the best ones out there. I looked at D20 Nelson. There's nothing that comes close to the Steve Shadows of the Past. I mean, no, he's just it's just I'm surprised he doesn't trademark it because it's so good. So we gotta so we play that. I can play Danger Room outside. Um I think using let's use my ability. So we're gonna use Thief Extraordinaire, Action, Thwart, Exhaust, Remy LeBeau. Look at the top 2 cards of the counter deck. Discard one of those cards, remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of boost icons on that card. So we're gonna do that. Look at these 2, and they're flipped over. So you got a 2 boost and a 1 boost. So I'll use the 2 boost, discarded, which takes this to 0. And then this is on the top. It's a 1 boost, which is going to Psylocke. So we know that. And then I think I'm going to go to Hero. Moira Matager draws me a card. So I'll use Charge the Card, which is sometimes Shadows of the Past is a killer, and other times you're happy to see it. Yeah, 100%. So Charge the Card, it's an action. Place 1 charge counter here, limit once per round. So we're going to do that. My charge counter is in the top right for Gambit. So there's the 1 there. And do we want to play the Beat Cop since it's expensive? We're playing the van. I think the Beat Cop might be worth it. Oh, but then, I want to play the van too. So, yeah, we'll pay 2 resources to is it better to play the van? Probably, yeah, to play the van. All right, so we're going to play Under Surveillance just so we have more of a threshold, but increases it by 4, so it goes to 14 underneath. And then I have these 2 cards. I have a natural ability I guess I can keep. And yeah, that'll be it. So we're both in Hero. And I'm going to draw up to 5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Got my X chain too. Okay, they both want to go to altar apparently. All right, goes up to 4. Attacking Psylocke. I have 3 defense, so I could just defend and block all of it. So we know it's a 1 booster, so no damage. And attacking Gambit. Now with Gambit, yeah, we'll defend too. My natural agility, so all right, Gambit will defend. But do I have Thwart removal? Okay. All right, here comes the boost. So that's gonna be 4. We're going to use now. Do I need? I'm just seeing if I can pay for all my cards. Yeah, I could. Yeah, natural agility. So you'd be hitting me for 4 and I block all of it. and I gain a counter. Okay, and then counter card. A dark dealing, but he's confused, so confused just comes out.
Nice.
And we get Bone Breaker. Has toughness. After Bone Breaker engages you, take 1 indirect damage for each Reaver minion engaged with you. So Gambit takes a damage. Oops. All right. Passes the Gambit. Summer is ready to go here. So I could do a play action here. So let's do a play action. Let's do. Trying to think. We're gonna do team building plus a skill strike as a resource for mental detection. So we're actually removing 3 and drawing 1 card. So this goes down to 1. And we draw 1 card. Okay. That doesn't really change too much for me. Okay. So Bonebreaker, Gambit needs to flip because he's a 3 attack. So I think we'll just thwart for 1 with Summers, get this down to 0. And charge the card. No, that's okay, that's a different video. That's not supposed to come out. Okay. All right, we're gonna go to alter. So I'm taking kind of a risk here, but I'm gonna pay a resource to play Weapon X. So I can take 1 damage and get 1 of my cards. So we'll take a damage, go down to 7, and discard for an identity card, which is, there it is. Okay. I will pay 2 resources to then play Danger Room. And that'll be it. I'll pass the Psylocke. Psylocke will... Psylocke gets +1 attack and her basic attacks gain piercing. Okay. So we'll go resource for weapons training. That's going to give me retaliate, and we have a response on it. All right, that comes into play. And I have an X gene, but I can't really play it. Actually, we'll not use that as a resource. Chuck this to pay for that card we just played, and we can do a genius plus wild for a genius. Because here's the thing. Let's think about this. Instead of doing 1 here, I can knock Tough off with Hope Summers. And then my 3 with telekinesis to do 3 down to 2 damage. But that 1 scheme might be my, might be my undoing, right? Because he's doing 3 with the boost plus that. It goes up by 4. So it's 10 away. He's already doing 4 with the boost. If he gets a triple, 5, 6, 7, but then if he gets a tough, 8, 9, 1 away. Yeah, I better not be too well. Is it worth even? I have piercing, so I feel like yeah, we'll just knock Toph off. Okay, we'll do it that way. All right, that is gonna be it. Hopefully, nothing bad happens to me. We don't want him to get his second attachment, basically. All right, Gambit gets a bigger hand. All right. Oh, some really good cards here. A lot of damage. No allies, though. That kind of sucks, but... There's my Confuse. Great. So we can get off a Confuse. Do we have... And we have a cancel for a Treachery card, so that's pretty stellar. Yeah, I don't really have... I mean, we get her, so we can get 3 Thwart from her, which is... But yeah, the main's going to be on life support, basically. So, yeah, we're going to have to focus. I might just take it undefended. But at the same time, I better not, because... Yeah, I don't want to... Well, I do have the Treachery cancellation, so... Like, if I take it undefended... It's not going to kill me, and then I can thwart for 6 here and cancel a Treachery. Hello, Canadian Mustache. I could also defend and discard Martial Training. So that's probably what I'll do, guys. Okay, it goes up to 4. He'll scheme on Remy LeBeau, boost card. It's going to be 4 plus the breaker, puts it to 9. And then attack Psylocke will defend with 3 defense with 1 retaliate. Give Mr. Sinister a tough status card. So he, that kind of sucks because he puts 2 on from that. So it goes to 11. My retaliate pings this off. I take no damage. I am going to bounce right back up by discarding martial arts training. So after Psylocke defense against an attack, discard it and I can ready her. Because now he can get another tough. So we go in counter card and then in counter card. So attached to a minion. Otherwise, this card gains surge. Attached minion cannot take damage. So that's really nasty. So now he's 4 attack. And after bone, yeah. So I have to wait for him to do an attack. And then we can cancel. Oh, so this card is when you reveal. So I couldn't cancel. All right. Hopefully it's a treachery. It's a treachery. So Mr. Sinister schemes if it has a psionic trait, you're confused. But my friend, I got to pay 2 resources for this. So we're going to go. Okay, the cap is 14. It's at 11. If we give him a confuse, he puts it to 13. So when you reveal a card from the counter deck, cancel the when revealed effects for each side katana you control. Choose enemy and deal 2 damage to it. For each side knife you control. Oh, it doesn't do a confuse. Okay. So we want to pay for it with a katana and flip it from paying for it, and then also yeah, pay for it, and then we're gonna apply this, which is 2 side knives, which is going to choose a scheme and remove basically 2 threat, and we cancel the card. So this goes back to, it's at 11, 10, 9. Okay. And then Psylocke's turn, and I have 3 side knives, or 2 side knives, so I'm 3 thwart. So Hope Summers and Psylocke go for 6. And I will do a team building plus aggressive energy. So when it's an interrupt. When you spend this card to play an attack event, the event deals 1 additional damage. So my Psychic Assault is now doing 4 damage and gets a confuse. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I take a retaliate, go down to 8. He bumps it to 5 here, and we get a confuse. I will flip. No, I don't know why it's doing that. And I cannot play the train card, so I just hold it in my hand. And then pass to Remy LeBeau. Okay. We're gonna do Thief Extraordinaire. We look at the next 2 cards. Woo! Hit the jackpot. Okay. So we have to decide which one to discard. So this is pretty nasty but this is nasty too. He is confused. So ideally we want to play a blocker, but we don't have a blocker. So I'm gonna discard the Under Fire. So this is on the top, the Dark Dealings. We're gonna get that as a boost card. I remove 3 off the main. My damage isn't doing too much for me at this moment. Let me see my discard pile. Let's use, should we, oh, I'm scared to use, oh, we might get Rogue. Weapon X will take a damage. And we get a natural agility. Well, that's not bad. I mean, I can use it to protect myself, but I was hoping for my armor or something. It's just this guy's really annoying. That's the scary part. I could try to stay in altar, but I'm really, yeah, that's additional boost. That's kind of scary. All right, so we spend a resource to put in X gene. And I do have the natural agility, so yeah, I'll flip over. Mormatager draws me a card. I gotta watch out though. Like, oh yes, we got Banshee. I mean, at least I could use them as a blocker. So let's do molecular acceleration. 3. For Banshee comes in. After Banshee, Thor's confuse a minion, so he'll come into play. We do get a counter charge plus another charge from the hero ability. 5. We're gonna Thor for 2 and then confuse the minion. So I could play my lay down the trap, but I think we're gonna need the natural agility here. Because Banshee's gonna have to jump in front of Bonebreaker. And I'm probably gonna defend Mr. Sinister. Yeah, this is looking really scary for Gambit. So I guess we'll just hold Lay the Trap. And ready up. So especially if he gets a teamwork guy in, I'm in a lot of trouble. Although this gets discarded after he attacks, but okay. I mean, Psylocke will come and rescue me if I survive. Oh, I have a magic. And a professor. Okay. So yeah, I was kind of clutch getting that ally though. All right, confuse, attacks. We know it's gonna be a dark dealings and then a mystery one because additional boost card. I will defend. Let's do the mystery one. All right, so that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. We will do natural agility. Yeah, so we take we're 78, 9 defense. And then Bonebreaker's gonna swing. We're gonna defend it. Banshee dies. He loses the attachment. After attachment he attacks, discard cybernetic enchantments. Now this is the scary part, is, you know, what's gonna happen now in the counter phase. All right, this could end me right here, guys. Especially if Gambit gets a total annihilation. Or a gang up or something. Attached to Mr. Sinister. This is called Sinister Disguise. When a player should deal damage to Mr. Sinister, that player may spend 2 genius resources. If they do not, they deal that damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points. So yeah, Hope Summers is going to go gonzo if we don't pay the piper. That gets attached to him. And then this is the scary card. Villainous. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm getting triple teamed. So after Donald Pierce engages you, reveal the topmost. So am I getting, I think this is game over. And this is what so he needed, Bonebreaker needed to be defeated. I think that's the problem. I was so concerned with this popping, I didn't look at the threat of the Reavers, because what's going to happen, he comes into play. Force response, I guess, happens before they trigger, because force responses proceed through the timing window, I believe. We have to get another Reaver, so gosh, I think we're dead. Which is Skullbuster. Now I'll have to defend Hope Summers on this guy's attack, take 2 damage. I go down to 3 from Bonebreaker, and then Donald. If Donald gets a 2 boost, it's game over for Gambit. Yeah, I think it's over here. So we flip it over. Yeah, 2 boosts and Gambit dies. Wow, Descry. But yeah, I mean, I think, man, my luck today has not been that great. I mean, I did an excellent job keeping the main at a very low, like A+ for me for this. F for this one Reaver guy. I neglected, and it cost me the game, which sucks. So in a nutshell, this should have been the #1 priority, taking them out as soon as possible. And the fact that the counter deck has a bunch of them still in the deck, and we got Donald. So it wouldn't be that bad if we got Skullbuster, but because we got freaking Donald Pierce, and I think clue what you're saying is that this would actually trigger, these guys would trigger first, and then bring Skullbuster, and then trigger triple trigger or double trigger or whatever you want to call it, trigger. That's just crazy. I mean, guys, that you gotta be. I mean, you gotta be so careful. Like, you can't mess around with teamwork, people, because that is a lot of damage. And this guy's villainous. Yeah. Damn. Because if you look at my play area, I mean, she's at a Psylocke. Yeah, Psylocke is at a healthy 8. She's got her team training up. She's got a huge hand. Like, look at this. I got Professor. I got a Magic, which I can send back one of the Reavers if I want. I've got a Drop Kick. I got my train. Like, so I'm geared over here to do really well. And then Gambit he just has to get some allies out. He's got his Danger Room out, but he's got a lot of his supports out. I don't have, see, if I had Guild Armor, so here's what I'm thinking. Like, with Guild Armor, you could be more Cavalier with Gambit, because you're basically, you just want to make sure you take no damage on the first one, and then you're very survivability with Guild Armor. We didn't have Guild Armor, which I think was another scary thing. You know, I have this 3-attack teamwork guy with no Guild Armor. I think that was really stupid of me. But yeah, it was this was a good learning experience, because I tell people, you know, it's through losses at the game that you become better at the game. Because by going into harder difficulties, going into harder scenarios, you start to see what could happen. Like, when I was playing this game, I'm like, oh, it's just 1 minion. Because honestly, guys, when you have just 1 minion out, let's forget about teamwork. You're not really concerned with 1 minion most of the time. Oh, 1 minion, big deal. But teamwork is a totally different thing. You got to make sure you, like, if I had Guild Armor out, then, you know, I wouldn't be. I had a chump blocker, so I thought, okay, maybe I'll be fine. But then I didn't expect Donald to come out and do his huge, bring another guy in with teamwork. Oh, it's just crazy. But that was a mean combo. That was a mean combo. So, but because I think let me put this, before the activation could happen, that you have to trigger the force response because he comes in and engages you. The attack can't happen until the engagement happens, but then it says force response, but you're saying the keyword for teamwork supersedes a force response for engagement. I don't know. It seems more fair though. Like, I think if I'm a developer, that seems a little brutal for a player to get these guys to activate and then this guy come in after and then activate. That seems like a little bit broken to me. Like, that seems a little bit way too strong. But if you play it where he comes into play, force response, bring in this guy, okay, activate the teamwork together, boom, 3 activates. But you think Reaver comes in, activates, then you do the force response for engagement, which is kind of weird because you've already attacked, and then he comes in, and then all 3 activate. That you think that's how it should be? That seems a little like, I don't know. I can't picture Tony or Caleb going, yeah, that's good game design. Because that's a little bit, that's extreme right there. It's not too bad if you do it like he comes in, brings in another guy, and then they all do the teamwork together. I mean, that seems more like realistic for a player to handle. Okay, well, guys, unfortunately, I really wanted to have a nice game here. I really wanted to have a nice long one, and apparently today was not my day. We got a loss against Strife and a loss against Mr. Sinister, but I think this loss was all my fault. I think straight up, I would not blame. Don't blame the teamwork people, guys. It was me not taking this guy as a serious threat to my life, and I got greedy. I wanted to take advantage of Moira McTager. I wanted to get the extra draw. Probably should have just sticked in altar because I didn't have my guild armor, and I didn't have a way to deal with the bone breaker. So, but yeah. So, anyways, this was kind of a short game, unfortunately. Yikes! I'm gonna be called loser Descry because two losses today. So we're 0-2. But yeah, probably tomorrow we'll give this another shot tomorrow. Well, after I get off work, I'm well rested. We'll go into the scenario again. Now we know like to watch out for this. We're not gonna let that happen again. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, sorry that the stream ended so quickly. I pushed my luck there. But yeah, if you like the content, you want to see more, please like, subscribe. Also, if you got ideas or you have, any things you want to tell me or what you like, write in the comments. But I will see you guys on the next one.
It's me, Iron Man. Now, how much Discreet paid me doesn't matter. What matters is to like and subscribe to Discreet Gaming, or else I will repulsor bless you. Seriously, this is what you wrote me.